Hey, what's going on, guys? It's the Rudolphin here, and in today's video I'm going to be showing all of you the leaked week 3 challenges, and I'm going to be showing the normal challenges at first, and then I'll be showing the prestige challenges, which you can unlock after you complete the first set. So yeah, guys, if you all enjoyed, please make sure to hit that like button and subscribe, and post this all over your social medias like Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff. You already know what to do. And guys, by liking and sharing my content, it gets it out there for more people to see, so I can help more people, so make sure to share it. Also guys, about 2 or 3 days from now, I'm going to be doing a leaked week 4 challenges, because those have been leaked early. So yeah, alright guys, let's just jump right into this video. So the very first leaked challenge of week 3 is use a rift, and you only have to use a total of 1 rift. So you can either use the rift that is in the middle of Loot Lake, which you can use over and over and over. So if you wanted to, you could use that rift and then go and get some loot. If you wanted to though, you could also complete this challenge over time by just opening chests and playing Fortnite, and then once you get a rift to go, just pop it right away and you'll get the challenge done. For the second league challenge, we have visit a rift zone, and the rift zones are in Tilted Towers right now and Loot Lake. Once you go to one of those two places, you will get the challenge completed immediately and it will show up for you. So for the third challenge, we have deal damage to opponents at a mountaintop, Viking village, or Loot Lake. So to complete this challenge, you have to deal a total of 200 damage to opponents at Loot Lake or Viking. So you could drop at these two places early game, or you could go there late game. Doesn't matter, you just have to deal a total of 200 damage to opponents there, and that's equivalent to 2 kills. So you can get either 2 kills at one place or 1 kill at one place and go to the other. It really doesn't matter, it's just personal preference on how you want to get this challenge completed. So the fourth league challenge is visit a memorial to a cube in the desert or by a lake. So the very first place that I'm going to show you is the desert mountain. And that mountain is located right here, which is outside of Paradise Palms. So all you have to do is visit there. Like this video if you missed Kevin. F in the chat. Now the second place you can visit the memorial is at Loot Lake, and that is on the dock right here. So once you go over there, press F to pay your respects to Kevin. Another way to pay your respects is to like this video. JK. For the fifth league challenge, we have eliminate opponents in the desert, and you have to eliminate a total of 3 opponents to complete this challenge. If you wanted to, you could complete this challenge with the Kevin memorial challenge, because they are both inside the desert. So just if you wanted to, you could, but if you wanted to complete them separately, then you could just land in Paradise Palms and then deal a total of 300 damage. Another good way to get kills in the desert would be landing at John Wick's house and then rotating into Paradise Palms for kills. The sixth challenge is search chests at Loot Lake, and you have to search a total of 3. What I would recommend doing is either going to the modern house on the outskirts of Loot Lake with the hunting stand, or I would go to the factories. These two places have the highest chest population out of the entire Loot Lake. So if you just want to get this challenge over with and just search the 3 chests, then I would recommend going to the house or the factories. There are some chests in the middle, but they are somewhat hard to get to, so if your movement is not the best, then it's hard to navigate to get to them. The last challenge before the prestige challenges is consume foraged mushrooms. So what you have to do is basically just eat mushrooms. You have to eat a total of 10 mushrooms. So a good place to do this is the forest, which is right outside of Retail Row. Once you are there, just start eating as many mushrooms as you can find. And just so you all know, there's definitely more than 10 mushrooms here. Alright, so the prestige challenges are a little bit harder than the first set of challenges. I mean, that's how they're supposed to be, but I will give you all some tips on how to complete them easier and faster. The very first prestige challenge is use rifts, and you have to use a total of 4 rifts to complete this challenge. So like I recommended with the other challenge, you should just go to Loot Lake and use that rift over and over and over, because you can use it as many times as you want to. The second prestige challenge is search chests in rift zones. Alright, so I would recommend the Loot Lake rift zone because there are a lot more chests compared to Tilted Town. Tilted Town is also going to be a lot more populated compared to Loot Lake. Just immediately when you load in, hop out the battle bus, go to Loot Lake, hop in the rift zone, and then search some chests. Easy peasy. The third challenge we have is the exact same, which is eliminate opponents at a mountaintop Viking village or Loot Lake. So this time you have to kill a total of 3 people, and yeah. There's actually not the much difference from the last challenge other than you have to kill 1 more person. The fourth challenge is also the same, which is visit cube memorials in the desert and by a lake. This next challenge is going to be a little bit harder. So, and this challenge is eliminate opponents at Paradise Palms or Fatal Fields. And you have to eliminate a total of 4 opponents. This challenge is sort of hard because these places can sometimes be populated. So if you are not the most experienced player, you will have a harder time completing this challenge. What I would recommend is you land at Fatal Fields, you loot up there, maybe get a couple of kills, and then once you are done looting and killing there, then you rotate to Paradise Palms to try and get even more kills. If these places are hot drops on the map, then you could definitely get this challenge in 1 match because you only have to kill 4 people. The sixth challenge is search chests at Loot Lake or Lucky Landing, and you have to search a total of 7 chests. So I would personally recommend Lucky Landing because this place is a lot smaller than Loot Lake and it has a lot more chest spawns. So once you land at Lucky Landing, just go into any building, find some chests, and just open them. If you wanted to get the layout for Lucky Landing, you could honestly just go into creative and spend probably about 5 to 10 minutes there looking at all the chest spawns so you know where they are at. I would also recommend Lucky Landing because it has less players usually going there compared to Loot Lake. Loot Lake is also more spread out, so it's overall harder to find chests. The last challenge is consume foraged mushrooms in a single match, and you only have to collect or eat 5 mushrooms. This is actually lowered from the very first amount. So like I said, for the first challenge, what I would do is I would go to the forest, which is right outside of Retail Row, or Retail, and just go ahead and eat some mushrooms. By the way, don't worry, they're not poisonous. Alright, so right now I'm going to be talking about mechs. So we're sort of transitioning a little bit from the challenges which are now over to the mechs. So Fortnite is trying to basically nerf the mechs but not vault them. They're doing this in a very bad way though. An example would be them adding a laser to the mech. That's literally not helpful at all. It's basically like, hey player, look, I'm about to destroy you with 10 missiles, alright? It doesn't really help anyone out at all, and it certainly does not buff or hinder the mech at all. If anything, it hinders the player because they know they're about to die. So one good or sort of good buff that they did to the mech was if they're in the storm for too long, they will self-destruct. Now this is good because players would do a glitch where they would survive the entire game and you would basically get a free win from it. So now the mech will explode and the person won't get a win. Woohoo. People are still gonna get wins with mechs anyways. Doesn't really help, but thanks. Brutes also reappear on the minimap if players are not in either seat in 15 seconds. I mean, it's not really helpful because why would anyone get out of the mech? Like, think about it. Like, the only reason you should get out of the mech is if you're gonna pick up loot from an enemy that you just destroyed. No one's really going to be out of the mech for that long unless they're abandoning it and it has low health. So if you run over to a mech on the map, just expect it to be low health. This is also going to lead to more people wanting to use the mech, but like I said, people are most likely going to abandon the brutes and it will show up on the minimap because they are low health and want to get out of it. So I mean, those were the main updates to the mech in this patch. So that's going to be the end of the video. If you all enjoyed and made it this far, just like and subscribe. I mean, you made it this far, might as well. And guys, like I said, I'm going to be making a week 4 video pretty soon, so make sure to stick around for that.